Hello everyone, I'm Casper Kuma, and today we're doing something a little different because today is the anniversary of the start of this channel. So I figured I'd show you some concept art and how I settled on this design for myself. So let's get started. So the first version of myself is, ta-da, a robot panda. This totally looks like me, right? No differences at all. Not even a little. It's like looking in a mirror. Alright, yeah, so the reason why this is so different from what I am now is because when I was first looking into doing VTubing, I was mostly interested in exploring what I could do with live 2D. And I hadn't drawn anime-styled characters in a really long time, so I wasn't super confident in making a human character. And I also wanted to see what type of new things I could do in live 2D if I used a robot instead of a human. An example of this is in the expressions I gave this thing. Like, for when I was angry, I had it so I could turn these blue lights here to red. Let me show you real quick. Like, it's like Terminator mode, basically. Yeah. Go evil panda. Yeah, I thought that would be cool, like, cause you know how I can switch my expressions like this, like I can be mad right now, like, yeah, but I was like, what if the whole character could have like a color change? That'd be cool. And it makes sense if it's on a robot. I mean, I guess you can put it on a human too, but I feel like it makes more logical sense if it's on a robot. And then another thing I had for it is, like, I have eyebrows on my character to make expressions, and I can smile and stuff, but you can't do that if, like, you're made of metal. So I had these shutter eyes that I gave it, like this, and these work a lot like Wheatley's eyes in Portal, so they, like, kind of move up and down. I thought that would be kind of neat to do. Like, boop, 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 make expressions. You can actually do a lot of expressions with this, like, I don't know, that's like kind of squinting or something, or you can make it angry like this. I don't know, I thought that was kind of neat. So I was like, maybe that's a thing that can happen. But yeah, I ended up not using this. Oh yeah, it also has a slot for the mouth. Like, the mouth would slide open and close. That's another reason why you have to have shutter eyes, is because the mouth can't change form, you know? I don't know. I thought this was a neat idea. I also had an idea for this character, like, when I would use it, I figured I could use a voice changer or something and, like, make my voice sound robotic, and it would make sense because, you know, it's a robot. Now, I ended up not using this model because while I was working on it, I was, like, thinking of the type of VTubers that I personally like watching, and I tend to watch more VTubers that are human-ish, you know? Like, there's nothing wrong with the VTubers that use a animal or, like, other kind of avatar, but I felt like I gravitated more towards the humans ones, and so I was thinking, like, if that's the case, then maybe if I'm using this character for myself, then I feel like I should make it a character that I would definitely want to watch, and I just felt like this didn't really line up with it. I was also thinking, like, you know how I said I wanted to use, like, a voice changer for this? And I was thinking of, like, because I'm on TikTok a lot, and I watch a lot of things, and I think about, like, all the voice filters they have on that now, and how, like, everyone's using them, and they get real annoying real fast. Like, some of them are just so grating on the ears. It's like, oh, I'd rather if you just talk. So I was like, you know, maybe I don't want to be a robot. Like, this is an interesting experiment, and I mean, it's still, you could totally still use this and just not use a robot voice or whatever, but I felt like it just didn't really match me. I don't know. I was just not feeling it with this design, and I didn't think it would have been, like, a good choice for me long term. So let's get on to the next version of myself. So after the robot, I decided to really think about myself and the things that I like, and I happened to collect a lot of random things, so I decided to try to find something in my room for inspiration, and I found this. Well, to be more specific, I thought the hat was cool. I thought maybe a military look might be cool for my character. So I present to you Captain Kuma, a dictator from a far-off land who's here to conquer Earth. Yep, nope, still doesn't look like me. And you're probably wondering why Kuma. Like, there's no bear in this design, and the bear is, in fact, here. I still kept the robot. It was like, it's still kind of cute, but this time the robot panda was gonna be more like a sidekick kind of character, and I would be able to switch between using the human model or the robot model. I figured like maybe I'd compromise and still make use of my other design, but yeah, I don't know. The robot panda and the dictator costume's pretty cute. Let me just switch over. Oh yeah, you'll notice that the art style I drew these characters in changed slightly from model to model. Again, I haven't drawn anime in a while, so while I'm going through all of these character designs, I'm basically trying to figure out how I like to draw anime. So they're gonna change slightly, but yeah, they don't change too much. Like, the basics are still there, but like how they look, I feel like they changed slightly, but you know, whatever. Now, I thought this character looked cool, but like I had a one little problem with it, the whole conquer the world thing. It just felt like a little too much for me, like a little too edgy. I have no interest in conquering the world. That sounds like a lot of paperwork and stuff, so I was like, maybe not. And at the time that I made this, it felt like I kept seeing tons of VTubers debuting with like the goal to like conquer the world, and I just felt like this design and this concept didn't really stand out enough for me. And so it was back to the drawing board we go. So this time I really took my own hobbies into consideration, and I figured I should be an adventurer, because again, much like an adventurer, I really like collecting things. So this time I decided to base my design off the pilot goggles on the hat. And here we have the first version of Casper Kuma, and I look like a total dork. The reason why I look so stupid is because I wanted the character to have a bear silhouette, so let me just show you, just so it makes sense. Like, you see, like, I'm kind of going with it. Like, it's kind of there. I don't know. The pants were supposed to be like, I don't know how bears have big legs or whatever, you know what I mean. It's kind of there. It just looks stupid. You know, so it led to these goofy looking pants and these super big sleeves. It's just not good. The only thing I kept from this model on my current design is the goggles, because I feel like they're the most important part in showing that like I'm both an adventurer and a panda. Like, the goggles on the top of my white hair are supposed to look like panda eyes. I feel like the goggles are a really crucial part to this model, and that's the only thing I kept from this. I mean, I guess I still have a jacket, but it looks significantly less goofy. Now, there's clearly a couple of other problems with design, and one of the biggest ones is it looks like way too childish. Like, I look like I'm 7. And I feel like my voice definitely does not match this model. It also doesn't really give me adventure vibes. Like, it leans too far into the gamer, like, tech, hip-hop style, and it's just not really giving adventure. Like, I tried, like, I put these pilot wings on it and stuff, but it's not enough to really sell the outdoorsy look, you know? Yeah, but let me show you some other things I had with this one. So, I had also designed the first time, I designed my room here. So it looks pretty different from what I have right now. Like, in the background, I had planned to have like a bunch of artifacts or whatever from my adventure and like some maps and stuff. And I had this journal here that would like have the chat on it. When I had first thought I would be able to live stream, but then I realized my internet's horrible, so that never happened. Yeah, it's not too different. Like, I don't know. It's fine. And I also had, this was my first design for my airship. I mean, you never see my airship because I'm always on the inside of it, but I do have concept art for what the outside's supposed to look like. But the first run through, it was going to be this giant bear blimp. This also does not help the childish thing. This very much looks very goofy. The whole concept is very childish, like lolly material. I also had like this pet hamster thing. Yeah, but I was like, no, this is just way too goofy looking. So yeah, this design also got trashed. Now let's move on to the next one. Now for the next design, I really wanted to push the adventure aspects out. So here is Casper 2.0. It looks a lot better. Now I have normal looking pants and the backpack. I tried to make this version look a lot more practical looking, so I was trying to like aim for like a snowboarder look. In this version, I also have these hiking boots that like have bear claws on them. I thought that was cool. I also have a design for the back of my jacket that you never get to see because I never turn around. I don't know if like a 2D Vtuber can turn around. I mean, I guess you could design the back and rig it, but that sounds like a lot of work for something that'll never be used. So yeah, I don't currently have a design for the back of my jacket, I don't think, but if I did, it'd probably still be something like this. Maybe just slightly different. I don't know, probably a different, well, I'd have to change the color palette, but anyway, it doesn't matter, it doesn't exist. I also have this new device. Again, I thought I would be able to live stream, so I have the Kuma Unicator. It was gonna also have chat scrolling on it, but yeah, I didn't use that either. My design now, I had my jacket like kind of hanging halfway off, and I had that backpack. I think my hair is a little bit messier. I don't know. I guess it's just sticking out the top. That sounds like it would be annoying to actually have if your hair was constantly sticking out of the top of your goggles. I also had changed the design of my ship. It looks a little less goofy now. I had a couple of versions. This was like a floating like a pirate ship sort of deal. This one was like almost like a spacecraft, like a RV. And then this one is the one I ended up keeping, except for I changed the colors. This is like a plane that like can land in water or whatever, but it's also mixed with a truck. I thought that one was pretty cool. That's the one I ended up going with from this design. But yeah, I mean, if I ever had to say what's on the bottom of my current boots, I would still probably keep this little paw print thing. That looks cute. I don't know. I like this one, but yeah, but here's the big but. Let me show you what happened when I like got it out of the sketch phase. So I designed this one as a half body model, and I look very annoying in my opinion. I look like a Disney-fied version of anime or something. I look way too sharp in my face. Like, that's what's giving me the most, like, I want to punch this person feelings. Like, I look too sharp, and my outfit in general, like, looks way too clean or something. It looks like I've never been outside even once in my life. It looks like I play an adventure on a Disney show. And it wasn't working for me. I looked way too energetic and annoying, so I scrapped this version of myself. And so, now, I finally bring you Casper 3.0. It's hard to see. Let me turn off a layer real quick. So this is basically what I look like without my color, you know? Like, this is basically the outfit. It's easier to see without the jacket on. But yeah, this is it. Yeah, so now I have like rounder eyes, and like I feel like it's more of a like an adventure-y outfit. I gave myself like a fluffy jacket. I still kind of go with the snowboarder look basically. I gave myself knee pads. I have a t-shirt instead of a tank top. And I also made this model full body instead of a half body because I figured why not. Although my model is almost like it could have been like a half body model because I can't move my legs really at all. Like they kind of move, but it's kind of a fake movement. But I figure you guys never ever see the lower half of my body. I don't think I ever really show you my feet. Like here, I can do it right now. Here, if you ever want to look, see what the rest of me looks like. That's it. I can't move my feet at all. This is all we got. But yeah, now you know. Now you know what the bottom half of me looks like. But yeah, so I still kind of wanted to, like, revisiting the first Casper Kuma model, I still kind of wanted to go for the bear silhouette thing, but I did it in a little more subtly of a way, I think. So the top half of myself, because I added that fluffy jacket, I felt like it looks more panda-ish if you were to, like, black out the top half of me. Like, you see the goggles are supposed to be the eyes, and then the fluffy jacket's, like, leads into the fur, basically. And I thought this kind of worked. It was a bit better way of doing it than giving myself balloon pants. I figured the top half of the model is the most important. Like, you know, again, you don't really ever see the bottom of myself. So I wanted, like, all the important elements of my design near my head, because that's all you're gonna see. But the most important part of this whole model is that I majorly changed the color scheme. This is the closest one I have to the old version. It's got, like, the blue in it still, and it's got yellow, but it's still better because I took out the pink, and it looks a little bit older But here are some other ones I had. Like, that one's pretty good. I definitely muted all the colors though. This is the closest one that we have to the one right now. It's just slightly different. I changed some of the green parts around. But yeah, muting the color helped really carry the adventure feel. And the problem with primary colors is that they're generally used for baby toys and other kid stuff, so they really were like de-aging my model. Like, those colors you associate with children. So I figured I should like just get rid of those colors. Like, even though like I like those colors, they are just not working on this model. And I wanted to go with this one, like with the green and the like black, and I felt like it would blend into nature the best. Like, if I was an actual adventurer, I feel like I'd want to have a outfit that blends into my surroundings, so I thought this was the way to go. And so I went ahead with this design, and here we have the current Casper Kuma. Yay! After all that, yay! Yeah, so this is basically it. This is my model. Not much has changed. Oh, except for that one time I made this little hat, but I didn't really use that much after that. I thought about making some, like, I don't know, other accessories for myself, but I always forget about it when the time comes. But yeah, this is it. This is what we got going on. Can I turn off my jacket? Where is it? Oh, it's separated into chunks. Oh yeah. If you want to know how, like, my jacket's separated, I have a front piece there. I have two front pieces, and they kind of slide around a bit. And then my sleeves come off. And then the back part of myself is kind of separated, kind of like a cape, if you ever want to know how jackets work. And then my pants are just like one solid piece. Again, like, I designed it like I was making a half model, but it looks like a full model. But I figured, why would I need to move my legs? I know you can move your legs in Live 2D and you can rig yourself to do so, but it just never seemed necessary. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna have legs, but they're just gonna be stationary legs. Yeah. I also can take off my goggles. I don't know if you guys know this because I never do it. Let me just do it real quick. So one of these. Nope, that's not the button. Oh god. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I can take off my goggles. This is what I look like without the goggles. It looks wrong. It feels like something's missing. But I can also put them on my face. So, you know, there you go. If you never saw me with the goggles on, I don't think I've ever done it. I think I've only used my goggles like once before, and I think it was in one of the first games I played because I wanted to show like the things my model could do. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It looks funny. I don't like it. I don't see myself very often like this. It looks weird. But yeah. Let me show you some other concept art I have though. So this is my ship basically, the inside and also my logo. Yeah, so I kept this design. I really like this. It looks like a car and a plane, and I thought it was cool. So this is what my ship looks like if I were to ever show you. I don't know why I would need to do that though, but it exists. It exists and it's there. And this is what the inside looks like. This is slightly different. I have like a lantern in here, and I have books on my desk, but yeah, it's practically the same. I have these. These are all the pins and patches on my jacket. Like, you can see the bare ones on my arm right here. And the compass is here. I have these ones, the tree and the paw print, and I have my logo on my jacket. I don't know if you ever saw that. And also this is probably what would be on the back of the jacket if not my logo. But yeah. Oh, I also have this. I forget. I think this is supposed to say Casper Kuma, but in Morse code, but I have no idea if I actually did it right. So, you know, it could probably say something like fried chicken and I'd have no idea. But I tried. And trying is what matters. But yeah. Also with my logo here, this is the one I went with, but I was supposed to change it to this one. I wanted to use this logo, but I forgot about it when I exported the file over into Photoshop. I was just like, yeah, this is the one, and so I did the original, even though I had revamped it. But oh well, I guess we're just sticking with this one now. I don't feel like redoing that all over again. Like, I wanted my logo to be really simple. Like, a lot of VTuber logos are really bright and colorful, but I feel like logos should be really simple so you can use them on multiple surfaces. So I wanted like a simple one that was like one color and had like a defined shape to stand out. And I wanted the letters for it to like look like it's not English, you know? Like I wanted it to kind of replicate the writing that video games have for fantasy alphabets, like Splatoon or Zelda. They have like their own alphabet, so I kind of wanted that kind of look. So I made a mix between English letters, but like kind of tried to shape them like they look like a little bit Japanese, so it would be English, but it like, and you can read it, but it would feel like it wasn't. If it makes any sense. I hope that makes sense. Who knows? I'm all over the place. But yeah, I think that's all I have. I'm basically, that's what I did to make myself. And here I have my current me. I don't know, I guess I can show you some stuff in my room. Like this TV I can move around. I also have a transparent version of it that I only used once, I think, in Edith Finch, but I can take off the screen on my TV here and replace it with like a video or whatever. So I think I had like Edith Finch playing in the background of it. I have these things on my desk. I have this compass here, my keyboard, a map to treasure. Oh, my whole desk is flying away. Sorry, it's all an illusion. The communicator and this knife. Stab myself in the head with it. I have the shadow. I probably shouldn't have attached the shadow to the knife, but you know, whatever. I'm not the brightest. Let me just bring it all back. Let me show you. Actually, let me turn off the stuff. Let me show you around. Invite you into my humble abode. I have a terribly messy kitchen right here. I have my logo hanging on the wall. Behind me, that you never really get to see because I'm staying in front of it, I have a game station. It's supposed to be a GameCube, but you know, it's like the off-brand. I have on the wall the mask from Avatar and a fox mask. Thought it'd be cool. Then go up the ladder and there's my bedroom and my bed. It's like a little loft area. This hatch here is supposed to be the panda hatch on the plane, but it doesn't really make sense. But let's not think about it. Maybe I have a circle dome somewhere on the roof that you can't see, but you know, we don't think about that. I tried to make it look like I was in the car with the background there. Like, you see how I have the driver's seat and like a rear view mirror and this curtain? Like, I wanted to make it feel like an RV. I feel like RVs sometimes have that, so yeah, that's basically my only hint to this is not an actual house, this is a vehicle. But yeah, I don't know. I like my house. I think it looks cool. But yeah, that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I made myself, and hopefully it was helpful for any of you who are trying to design your own model. I think some important things are for when you are designing your own model is like thinking about what type of occupation your character has. Like Callie, for example, she's a Grim Reaper. Would it make more sense to give her like a scythe or a sword? You know, like kind of think about those sort of things and not going too overboard with the colors, you know, like if I had kept my blue and pink design, I would look really different and I would look like I would not sell the adventurer idea as well, I think. At least if it was that bright. Maybe if I toned them down like a whole ton, it could still work, but yeah, no, I think the green and the darker colors really help sell that my current look a lot better than those ones. So, you know, just think about those sort of things. But anyway, thank you so much for watching and sticking around with me for an entire year, and I hope we can explore even more games together. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you all for watching. This is Casper Kuma. Over and out. Bye.